Well, did you know that more than half of U.S. working adults say they're behind in retirement savings? This morning, we're talking money moves with our good friend, Bernadette Joy. She's here to help you get out of debt, and you actually paid off a lot of debt, you and your husband.
A lot of
now
debt.
You teach a lot of people to go ahead.
A lot of debt and a lot of new people to teach how to pay off debt.
Okay, now you have 5 essential financial tips to go ahead to do before the end of the year. The very first one is you want to make sure to keep the most of your expenses.
Yes, so
monthly expense.
Monthly expenses.
Okay.
So a lot of people go straight to savings and investing when they don't have enough cash flow for their everyday expenses. So the first thing I'm telling people this summer is to look at all of your basic expenses and have that amount in your checking account. And that's to help you get out of the paycheck-to-paycheck mentality.
Why do you say the checking account?
Yes, isn't that interesting?
That's
I said the checking account, not the savings account.
Yes.
So what I found in teaching hundreds and hundreds of people is that when they put money into the savings account, they feel like they have to break glass to go use it, right? But then every month there might be something that just comes up. It could be summer camp, it could be a trip, it could be something that you weren't expecting. You don't have to go break glass at the savings account. I want you to put it in your checking account first so that you're not waiting for your next paycheck to show up.
Okay, you also had build a stuff happens fund.
Yes.
Now where should you build the stuff happens funds?
So once you have 1 month's worth of expenses in your checking account, then I suggest that you put another month in your savings account, and that's really the emergency fund. What I found is that if you don't have that regular checking account, buffered in there, then people are afraid to use that money and then they go into debt instead. So I'd rather you save up some cash instead of relying on your credit cards.
Okay, you also, this is important, to maintain a monthly budget routine.
Yes.
I always get out of my routine. I have to always put myself back into the deal.
And the summer is the time where we always get out of the routine because of the trips and the kids are out of school. You have 6 months left. I have 6 months left. We all have 6 months left.
It's so easy to spend money, though.
It's so easy to spend money. So what I'm suggesting to people is that even if you fell off of the budget, even if you haven't been sticking to it, it takes about 6 months to be able to get into a habit of it. So if you start in July, by the end of this year, even if you don't stick to it, just start a budget every month and see what happens.
Okay, this is a really good one we're talking about. Eliminate credit card debt. This is a big one for you.
This is a big one for me. This is a big one just generally right now. The credit card interest rates are so high right now. They're over 20%. So I see a lot of people who are really struggling to pay their bills because their credit cards are just outrunning their cash. So if you have all of these different goals, if you're saying, oh, I need to save, I need to invest, I need to put the kids through college, whatever it is, if you have any sort of credit card debt, that is really your first and main goal between now and the end of the year.
So what should you do with a credit card? Then I need a credit card to function. Do I? Is that a misnomer?
Do you though?
Yeah. Okay, so what would you advise someone if they're going to go ahead and pay down all this debt on their credit card? What's the next step after that?
So I have a client who's doing this right now.
Okay.
They are pausing. You can pause using the credit card for now. You don't have to get rid of it forever. You don't have to cut it up. I literally asked him to put his credit cards into a block of ice for the summer.
Okay.
And he has his credit cards in the freezer, and he's going to wait until they're paid off before he opens it up again.
Gotcha. Okay. Your last one is open an IRA account. And I've heard you say this before because you're going to take care of your own future.
Yes. And this is the last thing that we're talking about, right? So I talked about the cash cushion first, then we talked about the emergency fund, then we talked about a budget, then we talked about the credit card debt. If you have done all those things already, then you go look at your investment account. And the simplest way you can do that is by opening an individual retirement account, which is designed for you to invest long term. Not a brokerage account, not an app. I want you to focus on investing long term for your future, for your retirement.
I bet you your people that you teach, look, you've been doing all this stuff and sticking to all these different rules, and it's really helped you out tremendously.
Yes, I've stuck to them, but let me be honest, it's hard. It's not easy to stick to these things. And so I always tell people, you don't have to do it perfectly. If you just start today and you see where you can go with it, that's better than doing nothing at all.
CrushYourMoneyGoals.com is the website. Indeed, she is Bernadette Joy. She is the guru when it comes down to finances and making it very, very practical. Thank you very much for being here.
Thanks for having me.